We are happy to be joined on the phone by the head coach of the New York Jets, Rex Ryan. Coach, first of all, I haven't seen much of you this offseason. Normally someone's following you on vacation or something. Seems like you had a pretty calm offseason.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the truth. That is pretty funny, but yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's nice that people aren't taking pictures of tattoos and all that this year, right?
Yeah, shoot. I guess I gotta upgrade my tattoos, come up with a new one or something.
Well, let's talk free agency here. Obviously, a lot of Jet fans are very concerned at this point with what's going on in the cornerback position. We know how you prioritize having a lot of good corners, and you've lost from that spot as opposed to gained from that spot as many thought you would. How worried are you right now about what you have at the cornerback position?
Well, see, I'm not really worried. I mean, there's a lot of time, still left before we ever kick this thing off for real. And quite honestly, we went into it knowing that we were making the decision on Crow and things, but we still left ourselves open that the possibility of bringing him back. He chose to sign with Arizona.
You mentioned the news with Antonio Cromartie. Were you hoping he was going to come back even after you guys cut him? Were you hoping that he would come back at a lower salary?
Well, again, that's we left the door open and things like that. But in free agency, as soon as they leave you, you're ready for the possibility that player will go somewhere else, and that's what happened today.
Did you ever think there was a chance that Darrelle Revis was going to go to the Patriots?
Well, I mean, it was open. I knew, when they were looking, when Tampa Bay was shopping him, for a possible trade and things like that, it seemed like they're the ones who kept popping up and things. And, so obviously there's that possibility. If you're, willing to pay that freight, then there's that possibility. How
much more does it hurt you that he ends up with the arch rival?
Well, he's the enemy now, so it really doesn't matter. He's not with us, so he's just somebody else in another jersey, and that's kind of how you look at it.
But it doesn't hurt a little more he ends up with Belichick?
My main concern when we go against them is not Darrelle Revis. I mean, Darrelle's a great player and things, but it's Tom Brady. And, so that's the way it always is there. It's Tom Brady's team, Bill Belichick's team, and that's the way it always is.
Rex, a lot of the fans are a little worried. They're saying that the franchise is not moving fast enough on free agents. They were hoping John Idzik would move faster on certain free agents. There were reports that you were upset that some guys got out of the building after their visits. Were there anything to those reports?
No, see, that's what's funny. I mean, I'm always, I'm an emotional guy. I take it personally when somebody doesn't sign with us and, they were in a building, chose to go somewhere else. I'm upset with that player or that individual, but I've never been upset with John. I think that was what was it. Hey, sometimes you swing and you miss, and sometimes guys aren't a good fit for you. But when the player signs somewhere else, he's that old saying, he's dead to me. Well, that's pretty much it.
So a lot of people are wondering, because of how you prioritize cornerback and the fact that John Idzik hasn't gotten you any, whether you guys are on the same page. You're saying that you are.
Oh, absolutely, 100% on the same page. And I, John did get me one, if you want to look at it that way. We drafted D. Milner in the first round last year, and he was the best corner, the best rookie corner out there. It's foolish to actually think that we're not on the same page, because it's the exact opposite of that. And I get it. I know where the fans are coming from. They want to make that big splash free agent, but everything we do is when I say me, or we, it's me and John and everybody else in this organization. We look at it, we want to have sustainable success. And I think that's what every Jet fan eventually will want. Sometimes we kind of get in there and we want to jump at it, and but you can get in trouble that way if all you're doing is focusing on the short term.
Rex, Michael Vick is visiting with you guys over the weekend. What are you looking for? Obviously, you guys are in the market for another quarterback, but obviously you want Geno Smith to still sort of seize that role. So there's a specific kind of quarterback who's willing to accept a certain kind of role for you guys. What are you looking for, and how could Vick possibly fill that role for you?
Well, we always talk about, competition, whether it's Michael Vick or whoever it is. We talk about competition, and we think that's a great thing. With that being said, make no mistake about it, Geno Smith's going to be hard to beat out. I don't care who it is that we add. All
right, Coach, last question. Eric Decker has a reality show. Will you be making an appearance on that reality show, and why don't you have your own reality show?
I don't do too well with those reality shows. I think as much criticism and everything else as I took over the Hard Knocks thing, I think I'm about reality showed out. But yeah, no, that's too funny. And I will say this. That's a good-looking kid now. There's no question about it. When he showed up, I'm like, God, he's not going to fit in the locker room because he's way better looking than the rest of the guys we got. But I think he's going to be more focused on football than he is anything else.
Oh, I know Jet fans are certainly hoping so. Rex, thanks for a few minutes. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the offseason.
All right. Thank you.